Hi guys and welcome to another FIFA 23 SBC video. It is 6 PM and EA have released a base icon Maldini. I don't like the way that EA are continuing to throw base icons at us when you can't even get them in regular packs. That Winter Snowstorm pack from the other day, you were guaranteed an icon in it, but only a base icon, and it was untradeable. Since Prime Icons are coming, you actually can't pack base icons from just regular packs anymore, apart from certain specific packs. So that first icon pack, just a base icon, you couldn't get a prime, you couldn't get a mid. I wasn't expecting for EA to release a prime icon pack in the store, but I would have thought they could have maybe put at least a base in, a mid in rather than a base. And then obviously yesterday we got the Jorginho SBC. This was great. I'm not expecting a prime icon Jorginho in SBCs. Likewise with Maldini. They released the mid version. He's expensive, but he's probably worth it long term. 30 days. There's lots of upgrades right now to be able to get good fodder in this game. I'm sure that will continue to do so over the next 30 days when you think about probably within that time. We will get Team of the Year, or at least a prep for Team of the Year. So there's going to be a lot of upgrades available through that to be able to get the fodder. And Maldini's there for 30 days as well. But why did they release a mid-icon Jorginho, who's one of the most meta players within this game, but one of the most insane attackers in this FIFA, and then for a defender only releases base version? Don't get me wrong, it's actually a really, really good card. And when you look at his player details, you can play him as a centre-back. In previous years, the baby version of Maldini got overlooked because you could only play him as a left-back, whilst every other version of him was as a centre-back. This year, it's different, though. That base card can also be played as a centre-back. And he's got great defensive stats. Some of his physical stats are quite nice. Reactions, composure are great. His passing is good. His pace is fantastic. Not too much going on in terms of player traits. Not too bad in terms of the height at 6'1", although it's not the tallest. It's actually a really good card, and it's not too badly priced either at an 83, 84, 86, and 87 with no Team of the Weeks needed, which is really good because Team of the Weeks aren't easy to be able to come by at the moment. But I don't know. I feel like this should have been the mid. I don't know why they're continuing to throw base icons at us at this stage of the game. I don't quite understand that. I want to see what he goes for on the market as well in a second. But yeah, you think about Jorginho and how insane he is in this game. I just don't understand why they didn't release us a mid-Paolo Maldini. I'm curious to see what the mid one goes for on the market. A lot less than what I thought. A lot less than what I thought. About 750,000 coins. I don't know if this card going down in price looks like that's also a reaction of the base one being available on SBCs. And this is a great card. For some reason, someone's bought it at 18,000 more than the one that was just released. That's a bit weird. But I don't think his base is going to go for much then at all. And his base is actually a half-decent card. About 450,000 coins, maybe slightly less than that. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I will say is it's obviously very easy right now to get fodder in this game. It's not like there's an 88 rated squad required. You got the player pick packs. You've got the 85 plus double upgrade pack, which is pretty easy to be able to do. You've also got the daily login upgrades that offer good stuff. The league specific packs as well. And then you've also got objectives where there's lots of ways you play in the game through playing some Foot Champs games, you playing First in a Fiesta, the Winter Wildcards daily login rewards quite often give you some good stuff. I mean, look at that for 584 plus players going to be getting in a couple days time, which is also really, really nice to be able to get, and various other things as well. So there are good ways to be able to get 84s, 85s, 86s, and 87s that you can throw into the Maldini SBC. But I just don't know how long term he's going to be really good. And when you think about Team of the Year coming up in the not too long distant future from now, only I'd say Team of the Year will be here over the next 3 to 4 weeks. I'm just wondering how long, despite this card looking decent, how he'll actually play in game. And how long he will kind of fit this particular power curve. I think he is decent, but ultimately over the next 30 days, I would far more recommend you guys, and it might take a lot longer, but that's just the way it is, to focus your fodder into a Jorginho who's going to have a much longer shelf life than what this Maldini will have. If this was a mid Maldini, there's more of a dilemma as far as I'm concerned. But the fact that it's just a base Maldini, Jorginho, despite the fact that you've got to put in an 88 and an 89 rated squad, I genuinely think it is a much better player long term to put your fodder into the Maldini, in my personal opinion. A little bit underwhelmed by this one. I actually don't think he's that bad, bad at all. I think he's got some really good stats, but I just worry how much in terms of your value for money you're going to get out of this card. I think to make this one a lot more appealing, it had to be the 92 as far as I'm concerned. I'd like to know what people think about this. I just don't know why they didn't release the mid one. They released a mid Jairzinho and then a base Maldini when it's almost January, and base icons have been out of packs for getting on for 2 weeks now, I think. I just don't understand this one. I really don't. So if it was a base icon Eusebio, then fair enough, because base icon Eusebio is still one of the best icons in the game, but ultimately Maldini isn't in the top 10 or top 15 or probably even top 20 base icons. He's outside that bracket. Don't get me wrong, he's not a bad card, he's decent. But I think if you're looking to put your fodder into something long term, I think it's got to be Jairzinho or even someone like a Stoichkov who's still there, for another 11 days, and he's a great card himself. So, you can go and do the loan for him as well and test him out. But I personally wouldn't bother with him. I don't really think if you don't do this, you're not really missing out as far as I'm concerned. Unless Maldini's your favorite player of all time, or if you're a Milan fan, then in that case I perfectly understand it and go for it. But apart from that, if you're not one of those two things, I'll probably stay clear of him. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.